So we're here with Dr. Brian. Dr. Brian's been to one of our chiropractic wealth summits before, and that's where you initially really learned about the real estate, right?
Correct.
Pretty much, okay. So Brian had a real good experience with a piece of real estate. So let's walk through what happened. But the end result is, how much is the property you bought? What's the value of it?
When I bought it, it was about 189.
And what's it worth now?
Almost 300.
300, okay. And what was the difference between 180 and 300? What made the difference?
The market's changed a bit.
Okay.
You know, since actually with COVID, people are
Okay.
leaving. I was just talking about that.
Well, let's leave
Yeah.
out. Let's leave
Yeah.
out. Let's leave that out, and let's just say 180 then.
Okay.
Okay. So $180,000, and it's what, a 3.2?
3.2.
Okay, 3.2 home, and you. How much did you put down?
It ended up being a little bit more than I wanted it. It wasn't
Okay.
awful, but I gave her $5,000.
$5,000. So
That was it.
this was a property that was in foreclosure, right?
It was. She was behind it. It ended
Or
up
not in
being-
foreclosure. She was
Correct.
behind.
She was
Pre
behind. Ended
foreclosure.
up being about 9 months.
Okay.
On her mortgage.
Okay, so Brian learned the basics of owner financing and all that kind of stuff, and so this opportunity came out just through hearsay. You didn't even market for it; it just kind of fell in your lap that you found out it was available, right?
It was a patient of mine.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so you didn't proactively market all that stuff,
Correct. No.
and you'd never done real estate deals with this type of investing before, have you?
Never.
Okay, so you remembered some of this stuff. It comes across to you, and you go, wait a minute, I remember learning about how to take these properties over. So it's a roughly $180,000 home, 3.2, decent neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And you acquired it, so you put $5,000 down for her. Is that right?
Yep.
Now, Brian learned, Dr. Brian here is at the Chiropractic Wealth Summit, you learned about owner financing, didn't you?
Correct.
And the basics of foreclosure, and that pretty much what got that whole ball rolling is you kind of knew how to evaluate properties, but also owner financing.
Right.
So you give her $5,000. Now we also had to go back and take it out of pre-foreclosure, right?
Correct.
So we just have to go back and make the payments to get them up to speed. That helps her, right? It helps her because now she's not going to have a foreclosure on her record. Mm-hmm. So you make the back payments, take it up to speed, pay her $5,000, and then you essentially turn around and rent it out, right?
Correct.
And you left the financing in place?
In place completely.
Totally in place. That's called subject to financing. There's ways to do that. It's all legal. And then you rented it out. And so what are you renting it for?
$2,250.
And what's the cash flow on it after expenses?
Almost $800.
$800 a month cash flow. So 800, so that's about roughly $10,000 a year. Passive income. Okay, so let's walk through the categories. Leverage, huge leverage. So you took the back payments out, paid her $5,000 so maybe what, $20,000 or something like that, or $25,000 after the back payments and $5,000.
It ended up being I paid about $12,000. Is what she owed
for the back payments. Okay.
Plus the 5 is 17.
Plus 5 for her.
We
17.
figured it had about $3,000 or $4,000 in cosmetic, which ended up being closer to 8 or 9.
Oh, so that was a little more.
It was a little bit more than we expected because we had to do the floors and.
So
all
this
that
was a
stuff.
little bit more than normal, so to
Right.
speak. But still, okay, so $25,000, still not too big of a deal.
Yeah.
You got owner financing.
Mm-hmm.
You got $180,000 in net assets. So he just leveraged up $25,000 to $180,000 just like that. You got equity, so they're paying him every month, equity $800. You got appreciation. Appreciation depends on the area, but it'll be 1 or 2% roughly. You got depreciation, so that the purchase price is divided over 27 and a half years. And that's the amount of money that you offset earned income. And that's a big number. So even if that was $5,000, even if it was $5,000 a year, how much would it save him on his earned income? Well, if it was $5,000 a year on earned income, $5,000, for him to make $5,000 in earned income, he had to have what? He had to make $10,000 as a chiropractor at 50% overhead, right? So he saved $10,000 a year just from depreciation. One of the 6 categories. One. So he has leverage, $180,000. Equity, $9,000 a year. Appreciation, say 1 or 2%, $180,000. So that's say roughly $2,000 a year, just roughly. See how all this starts adding up? Depreciation, another $10,000. Cash flow, and it's all capital gains when it comes in. It's all capital gains, not earned income. And if he would have done all of this through a self-directed IRA, all of it would be 100% tax-free if it was done that way. And you learned how to do all that through the Chiropractic Wealth Summit, teaching the real estate, didn't you?
Right.
Any other, so that worked out okay, didn't it?
I mean, it was like I said, it fell into my lap. You know,
Right.
She came into my office talking about how she was behind. She wanted to leave Long Island. She actually wanted to move to North Carolina, had a job that she already had out there, but she couldn't leave because of the house. When I was like, bam, you know, this is like perfect right here. This is just what I learned.
Right.
You know, I said, what if I can help you out with that? We talked on the phone. I did this actually without even seeing the house.
Right.
I didn't even see the house at this point. I offered her $5,000 for it.
Is there any way you could have done any of that without learning the real estate that we teach here?
No, I wouldn't have known.
You wouldn't even have
I
known
wouldn't
it.
have
You wouldn't even
about
know
it
it
now.
existed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look at all the categories that were created. And $25,000 is a lot more than typical. But would you spend $25,000 to own 180? Yeah. Would you spend $25,000 to have another $9,000 a year in cash flow? The rest of your life plus? Yeah. Would you spend $25,000 for another 2% a year in appreciation? Yeah. You see how all this works? Would you spend $25,000 to write off $10,000 against your earned income every year? Yeah. How much money are we adding up here? Just do the math. There's 20, there's 10 here, there's 20 here. See, when you start adding all these together, you're talking about probably $40,000, $50,000 a year in real money from that one property and $25,000. And then it's passive income. Now, you didn't turn it over to a management company though, did you?
No.
And that's a mistake. He'll change that. And that'll have to change. You never want to manage your property. And he's going to find that out the hard way but you never manage property. You always turn it over to a professional management company. So you have no headaches and no worries. And I don't get any calls. I'd get 1 call or 2 calls a year from my property manager. Can he do this or that? And that's it. I never took calls from any tenants. I still don't. So, and I remember he called me, and just checking off a few things about what this, and this. I said, yeah, whatever. And then I remember he was on fire. He was like a real estate mogul after that. Then he's calling me to do this and do this and do this. And so how much more of a difference does it make having a piece of real estate with passive income versus having to go into your office and see, 10, 20, or 50 patient visits?
No, it's awesome. It's one of those things where, you know what's coming in, just the extra money, what's coming in every month. Plus you have the equity in the house. That's mine. 20 years from now, whatever, want to get rid of the house, it's my house.
And then it takes just a little bit of math. What if you got 5 of those?
Oh yeah.
Now you got $60,000, $70,000 a year passive income, easily meeting all your expenses. And what if you had 10 of them? Now you make $100,000 a year from only 10. That's why I say you just do 2 properties a year over 5 years. That's how fast you'll make a 6-figure income, $1 million net worth, and chiropractic gets to be relatively insignificant.
And this was from the time we talked about it on the phone, from the first day till the day we were done. It's 5 days.
5 days, yeah.
5
Good.
days.
But he had enough knowledge to be able to make the decisions and to make it happen, though. All right, thanks.
Yep.